extended thinking mode. So you will be able to set as a developer the quote-unquote thinking budget to control precisely how long Claude spends on a particular problem. They mentioned that this extended mode is not an option that switches to a different model in a separate strategy. Instead, it's the very same model, it just gives itself more time to think and expend more effort in coming to an answer. And now another thing that a lot of people will appreciate is that they are going to give a visible thought process. They're not abstracting the thought process away. They have decided to make the thought process visible in raw form. They mentioned that this has several benefits. So trust, being able to observe the way that Claude thinks, it makes it easier to understand, check its answer, and it might help users get better outputs. Alignment, in some of our previous alignment science research, we've used contradictions between what the model inwardly thinks and what it outwardly says to identify when it might be engaging in concerning behaviors like deception. And interest is often fascinating to watch Claude think. And this is something that I have to say, when I originally saw the DeepSeek R1 model, that was probably one of the most interesting pieces of using the model, is actually being able to read through the thought process and understand why it's making the particular decisions that it's decided on. Another interesting piece with the news release here is that 3.5 benefits from what they call action scaling, an improved capability that allows it to iteratively call functions, respond to environmentally fast models. Here is a prompt where I asked it to create a beautiful SaaS landing page with pricing in great detail. It was able to write several hundred lines of code in just a number of seconds. Now, if I take a look at preview, I'm going to go out on a limb and say that this is probably going to be the best model for generating UI components. This is definitely a model that does perform very well at generating UI components. So we can take a look at all of this. We also even have animations within this. If I scroll down, we can see what looks like, honestly, a respectable start to a website. Just judging by what it generated, it does have very nice UI components. This is probably one of the best results for a question like this that I have got from an LLM. Oftentimes, to get something this polished out of the gate, you would have otherwise had to have a pretty involved prompt to generate something like this. In terms of the context window for the model, you'll be able to send in up to 200,000 tokens. For the output, it has up to 128,000 tokens of context. Although 64,000 is generally available and 128K is available.
All right, let's check out what we got here. So, my good friends at Anthropic released a new model, an update. So it's the Claude 3.7. And, you know, cool thing about Anthropic is this is where I started. I don't want to say this is where I started my AI journey. You know, I was obviously using OpenAI before, but this is kind of where everything really came up for me. I had just finished a couple of events where I was speaking with a bunch of really high quality people were around, and I was just honored to be around them, and ended up going to SF, San Fran, and this was kind of like my Silicon Valley, like, you know what I mean, like that vibe. Like I was out there, and I went to a hackathon with my team at Anthropic Hackathon, and we first used Claude, and we were able to do what I do now, run localized LLMs, and you know, that right there is something, as you can clearly see, is very useful now. But this we did, I mean, almost 2 years ago, and now to come back with them, and you know, their platform and their LLM being one of the, you know, best that's going on right now, because when it comes to, you know, when it comes to the wars of the then you have people like Anthropic being very, very, very important to this space. You know, so Claude 3.7 Sonnet is the first hybrid reasoning model for our most intelligent model to date. It's state of the art for coding and delivers significant improvement in content generation, data analysis, and planning. That's legit. You see the 25th. So today we're announcing Claude 3.7 Sonnet, our most intelligent model to date, the first hybrid reasoning model. So when you hear things like that, hybrid reasoning, it's like, what does that mean? Hybrid reasoning model. So just in general, hybrid. So we figure that it's blended between a couple of different ways. What does that mean? Chain of thought reasoning, quick inference. What? So let's see what that says on the market. Okay, 3.7 Sonic can produce near instant responses or extended step-by-step thinking that is made visible to the user. Look at that. That's key. So what they're saying is DeepSeek got everybody under pressure. Okay, folks? So when it comes to things like reasoning, when it comes to things like why, what, where, when, and how did I get to this stage and point, it's very important to see how your model got to there. So it's reasoning, and I'm still curious. I can get to that in a bit. But I'm still curious. Right? I'm still curious. Let's finish up this. Okay, yeah. API users also have fine-grained control over how long the model can think. Look at that. You can give the model a long time to think. This right here is huge. 3.7 Sonnet shows improvements in coding, front-end web development. Wow. Front-end web development. Like when you're building, some people are good at back-end, some people are good at front-end. Some people are good at the whole data storage and inference in the middle. But I know this. I know how things work or how to use things when things are made. But as far as designing the flow and stuff, so this right here is really key for me. So that way when you as the user interface, we'll develop different type of front ends. Now, front end development is in my view is going to be way different now. Yeah, we're going to have computer use and there's going to be websites and whatnot, but I feel that agents are going to be the new front end. All right, so let's see how we incorporate that. Along with the model, we're also introducing command line tool for agent coding, agentic coding. Command line tool. Claude Code. Ooh. Claude Code is available as a limited research preview and enables developers to delegate substantial engineering tasks to Claude directly from their terminal. Wow. Jeez Louise. Look at this. Cost on all Claude plans, including free pros. Okay, so everybody gets Claude 3.7, Sonnet 3.7, okay? So, boom. Everybody gets it, and it's on the free plan because using limited free plan. So it's telling me to upgrade. So let's see. What does that mean? Um, let's see something on this. All right, yeah, okay. So this is Hanzo too. So what's going on here? All right, cool. That's what I thought. Oh, but back to this. So including Paramount, as well as in API, Amazon and Google. So for those of us who operate in Google Cloud, we can access it through Vertex. All right. 7 Sonnet Frontier Reasoning Made Practical. All right. We're developing with a different philosophy from other reasoning models on the human. Okay, I think this is coming to where we got this hybrid model. Okay. Just as humans use a single brain for both quick responses and deep reflection, we believe reasoning should be an integrated capability of frontier models rather than a separated model entirely. Okay. This unified approach also creates a more seamless experience for users. All right, I think we're getting to understand what this hybrid approach means. Claude 3.7 Sonnet embodies this philosophy in several ways. First, Claude 3.7 Sonnet is both an ordinary LLM and a reasoning model. Look at that. You can pick when you want the model to answer normally and when you want the model to think longer. Damn, look at that. In the standard mode, 3.7 represents an upgrade. 3.7 represents an upgraded version of Claude 3.5 Sonnet. In extended thinking mode, it reflects before answering. Good. Okay, cool. So, all right. When improving its performance on math, which improves its performance on math? Okay. You generally find that prompting for the model works similarly. The model sections. Second. All right. When using Claude 3.7 Sonnet through the API, users can also control the budget. That's beautiful. Okay. Third, in developing our reason model, we've optimized somewhat less for math and computer science competitions problems. Instead, shifted focus toward real-world tasks. Good. All right. So this kind of goes back to the new benchmark that they have out there. Here we go. This SWE benchmark. So what the SWE benchmark is, it took $1 million worth of business that they found on Fiverr. What's the other one? Like TaskRabbit, GitHub. GitHub. I think if that's a thing. But the point is that all those gig works out there, they collected about $1 million worth and allowed AI to take on all of those jobs and see how much of that $1 million could they earn. So this is what the new benchmark is. So DeepSeek, which is something that I use because, one, I'm here in Asia. Two, it's free. Right, so DeepSeek and O3 Mini High are the same. Right, even O1, and these are all reasoning models. 3.5 Sonnet is a bit better than O1, not as good as O3 and R1, but look at this mug. So that's what Sonnet is on. 3.7 is crushing it. So it's at 62% there. All right. So of that $1 million of work, it can go out by itself and earn 60% of it. All right. So let's see here. Agentic tools, tool use. All right. Claude 3.7 Sonnet achieves state-of-the-art performance on the Tau benchmark a framework that tests AI agents on complex real-world tasks with user and tool interactions. See the appendix for more information. Look at that. I mean, I don't claim to know what all of these benchmarks are, but I do know this. If everybody's graded on the same thing, and this is what's called, meritocracy. It's like this is what you want in sports. Even playing field, and then let's just play and see who plays out. And right now, Sonnet 3.7 is crushing it. Shout out to all those cats at Claude. There they go. Ooh. Since June 2024, Sonnet has been the preferred model for developers in worldwide today. That's why it's probably leading for coding, because it gets to interact with developers. And it's the product manager, and this is an engineer from Anthropic. I'm sorry. Every time I see, maybe it's because I'm out here. I'm like, are they humping? Anyhow, keep it moving. I'm such a weirdo. But Claude Code is also an early hybrid. So let's see if I can get to use this today. Claude Code is an early product, but has already become indispensable for our team, especially for test-driven development, debugging complex issues, and large-scale refactoring. In early testing, Claude Code completed tasks in a single pass that would normally take 45 plus minutes for manual work, reducing development and time overhead. Do you hear that? In one pass through, completing things that would take 45 minutes. Okay, working with Claude on your code base. We've also improved the coding experience on Claude AI. Our GitHub integration is also available on all Claude pads, enabling developers to connect their code repositories directly to Claude. Wow. Oh man, this is exciting. Build responsibly. Okay, we've conducted extensive testing and evaluation of Claude. Look, eventually all my reading is going to be done by the AI version of me. But either which way, I'm excited. Okay, we're conducting extensive testing and evaluation on the 3.7 model, right? Working on external experts. Look at this. Working with external experts to ensure it meets our standards for security, safety, and reliability. Claude 3.7 Sonnet also makes more nuanced distinctions between harmful and benign requests. That's good. Reducing unnecessary refusals by 45% compared to his predecessor. That's dope. Man. Looking ahead, okay, where are we at? Claude assists, Claude collaborates, Claude pioneers. Damn, Gina. Look at that. Claude helps individuals do their current work better. Claude does hours of independent work for you. Claude finds breakthroughs. By 2027, that's the roadmap. So right now, yeah, Claude kicks ass. Claude kicks ass, I ain't gonna front. And now we're in the collaboration phase. All right? Hustler, hacker, hipster. Hustler, hacker, hipster. Hustler, hacker, hipster. This right here is just the hustler and the hipster. Hustler and the hipster. Right now you got the hacker. There's a hacker in here, but this one makes it stronger. I'm excited. That's dope. I'm gonna go play around with Claude a little bit right now, and just see what it has to offer. I think that it's super dope how all of these platforms that have spent millions and hundreds of millions and billions of dollars, every time they get better like we get better. And that right there is something ridiculously new. Like, this doesn't happen. This is not something that normally happens. You don't get to see you don't get to see, like, I mean, it's like, I guess it's, the only time you get to see something like this is when, like, new music comes out. You know, like, you just saw the battle with Drake and Kendrick. This is like a Drake and Kendrick battle. Like, somebody puts out one, then bam, then Google drops, and then friggin' Anthropic. Then OpenAI is coming. Trust me on this. Sam and the crew, they will come with something. Now everybody's dropping science models. That's when shit is gonna get really, really dope. So any which way, let me get back to this 3.7. This is just my little open this morning, my take on it. I was outside working out in the rain this morning, which was fun. Got that out done, back in here, and again, the world changes. Psst. It's a great time to be alive, and with the right mindset. And if you're curious about stuff like this, or even, like, if you just want to get curious and weird about having fun with when new tech drops, or opening new friggin' like, look, all right, extract insights from a report. Okay, polish a phrase, generate interview questions. All right, what do we want to do here? All right, what do we want to ask? Let's see what it has to say. Okay. I want a detailed breakdown of the history of Kendrick Lamar and Drake's historic battle and what that could mean for the music industry and both artists' careers. Give me a gossipy breakdown of Kendrick's halftime performance too for the blogs. Alright. Let's see what's going on. Let's give this puppy, ooh, look at that. Look at that. Ooh. You got the GitHub logo so you can log in right to your GitHub repo. Kidding me? Kidding me? You don't even know. Look at this. All right. So Kendrick Lamar and Drake saga, hip hop's modern rivalry, the evolution. Let's see how far back it goes. Kendrick Lamar and Drake's rivalry represents one of hip hop's most significant battles in recent history, comparable to the legendary feuds of Nas and Jay-Z, Tupac and Biggie, but with the modern twist and fuel. Okay, the relationship began. Ooh, okay. It goes back. Tracks like Poetic Justice. Alright, so I don't really, okay. Alright. So, what this is giving me here is, alright. Alright, let me see here. So that's sign 3/7, haiku, normal, extended. I want to see how uh-oh. Uh-oh. Hmm. All right, hold up. Okay. So I'm gonna stay with this free thinking, but just like everything, check it. You gotta know how to freak it. Now, another system that we know is bam. Hold on. So Sonnet is on what it's on, but also have access to DeepSeek with R1 reasoning, which is also a state of the art. Right? So the kickback I felt was still a little sparse. I didn't really feel like it really understood and really like dived, because as someone that was pretty close to seeing what was going on, I know that there's a fully larger pinpoints in it. So let's see what DeepSeek can do. Now, again, this is supposed to be about Claude, but and we're gonna get back to it. But I just want to see what it can do. Now, I should give it the same prompt, right? That's what I should do. Give it the same prompt, which is boom. Okay? Because a lot of times what I like to do, I like to stack. So I'm gonna do it once like this with just the prompt. And then I'm gonna do it again with the output. But let's see what I get from this prompt. Now, this is why the thinking and the reasoning is so important, which goes back to what the hybrid situation is. So this being the thinking, right? So you can see all of this. Now, this is them thinking. Then they're going to come back to me normally. Ooh, they talk about J. Cole, first person shooter. These are the things that they're thinking about. So it's a difference. It's like being like an idiot savant on one side, and then being like a real somebody really doing research, PhD level research we're talking about here. And that is something that is so new. It's so new to this. Look at it. It's still going. See? I need to structure all this into for the historical beef implications, then a gossipy halftime performance part, right? Okay, so boom, here we go. So it starts off in 2013. Breaks it down in terms of a timeline. Now, both start off at that point. Now, see, this is why these models are great. These models are great, but they also need you to refine them. Because just by looking at what it's kicking back as it's reading, as it's typing it out, I love it. The T on the moment. Here comes the gossipy parts. The leaked DM, fan wars, Swifties level up, chaos erupted online, Drake fans, spam, BBL Drizzy. Okay, so it goes through all the. But look, yeah, right. So that was what it just kicked back with this simple prompt. Now, if I were just to do that again using, and look, even with the style, that right there is normal. I could hit the explanatory mark, right? And because even if I choose to even do it again from up top, well, let's say this. Please go deeper, right? And I figure that there is more to the story. I want something that is not public knowledge or very little. I don't know. Right? So now, again, I'm using 3.7 Sonnet, but with this, I'm doing the explanatory mode. Right? So it can go deeper and it will explain. So if you're teaching courses, if you're creating courses, if you're getting response. Now, you know those people, them dudes in the barbershop that got answers for everything. But if you tell them, yo, okay, help me break that down, then they don't know how to do it. Like that's kind of what ChatGPT initially is, and most LLMs are. Now bringing in reasoning and such, it now gives you the mindset of how to get there. I've often said this: I don't care about the decision. I don't care about why it started. I care about the thought process. How are you breaking this thing down? Because if I can trust your thought process, I can trust you with anything. I can put you in anything. Because I know that your process of breaking things down and putting things back together and solving stuff can work in multiple areas. Simple. And that's what these new LLMs and new reasoning is all about. Look at this. Okay, this is a little bit. Okay, let's see here. Deeper context of rabbit. All right, so now let's see. Now those are the type of things that I like to do, but what I really like to do is, since this already has some good reasoning here, all right, I'll start a new chat with this. And then I say, analyze this information on the Drake and Kendrick beef, and I want to analyze and see what we can assume is the next step, or can we figure out ways to create a digital product, meme, ebook, game, or animation that can something positive from this for the people to learn, and maybe now the Super Bowl performance, since there are so many deep dives and Easter eggs. Alright, so like to do, it's like the, so when they call like vibe coding, this is like vibe prompting, right? So it's like there's already a thing called mixture of agents, mixture of experts, mixture of many things, right? So this is kind of what they do. They all come together, look at the same stuff, and put out the best thing based off of all of them. I also use a GPT that is this is called a thinking cap, right? There we go. 6 thinking caps. That's what this one is called. So it takes the positions on anything that you ask. So let's say for here, I can't use search. What's all right? What do you think about the Drake and Kendrick battle? Let's see. Now, depending on what it has access to. Okay. So, the white cap, it deals with facts and figures. So, the tension between Drake and Kendrick has been brewing for over a decade with subliminal shots exchanged in songs like Control in 2013. All right, so it starts off there. Okay, red cap, emotions and fatigue and feelings. Fans are hyped. This feels like a modern day Nas and Jay-Z or Pusha T and Drake. Some feel Drake has more to lose since he's the bigger mainstream artist. Kendrick fans sees this as a legacy-defining moment, proving he's untouchable lyrically. All right, black cap, cautious and careful. Drake might struggle if Kendrick keeps pushing the battle into pure lyricism rather than commercial success. True, see? Speculative positivity. It's a positive speculative. Okay, this battle could be could elevate both artists, leading legendary diss tracks and classic moments in hip hop history. Okay, cool. Positive. Creative thinking. Imagine if this ended with a legendary Drake versus Kendrick versus battle. The culture would explode. Look at that creative thinking. Kendrick could use an innovative approach like dropping a disc disguised as a movie-like short film. That's funny. Control of thinking. This battle is still developing. So it's too early to call. Okay. No, it's not too early to call. Kendrick won. All right. Three relevant questions. Do you think this battle will end either's artist legacy? Will define either artist legacy, or just a momentary clash? All right. How does this compare to past rap battles like Jay-Z versus Nas or Drake versus Pusha T? Do you think Drake or Kendrick will go all in with the full diss track? Okay. So, all right. As you can see, all six hats, all 6 different points of view. Similarly, how I use one, get started, refine, get things that I like, pull from it, then give it to a deep thinking model. And as current as possible. Let's see. Let's try to add the search model. Let's see how this can go. Yeah, this all started off just talking about Claude, and now we're doing like a power prompting session. I mean, I could probably break this down into 2 videos, but this is just kind of how vibe. This is what vibe coding is. Vibe prompting. Because the interface, this is the interface, but there's still a bunch of code going on behind it, right? So, vibe coding. And really and truly, what's vibe coding without some vibes, some vibe music? That's what I need in my life. Some music. So let's just see what it kicks out with. Yeah, that's what I thought. It's going to say server's too busy. Let's try it again. Bam. So again, this right here is the best part of it. The thinking. And then the reasoning. Now, imagine having a couple of agents all doing this deep thinking, all doing their deep thinking in their respective corridors, and then being able to cross-reference. Like, ridiculously powerful team. And you can do all of this utilizing, tools like ChatGPT, DeepSeek, automated on platforms, using all sorts of fun stuff like N8N, and so many. There's so many platforms out there, and look, here we goes. All right, so now I did the dump of everything that I got from 3.7, put it into DeepSeek, thinking, using the web, so everything is up to date, should be. Right? Look at that. So now it's given thought to bits and pieces that, I suggested. How can we utilize this battle for something positive? How can we flip it? Because, look at that. Here we go. Okay, so I need to analyze the Drake and Kendrick beef, figure out what next steps also, alright? Wait, the user mentioned the Super Bowl performance and Easter eggs. I love that. Interactive timeline, possible digital products, yeah. How can we, alright, cool. Let's check it out. Alright, so due to technical issues, the search service, so this is unavailable, right? Alright, cool. So this is kind of all we have. I have everything updated to October 2024. So now you can see where DeepSeek is limited. But if you are operating with external information, for instance, you can do like an internet search with one model, then move it to another, then move it to another. And that's why it's important to be able to use all of these models, because you don't know what does what better. And you can have an automation that uses 7 different LLMs, so 7 different language models, which is up to you, or what model within the suite of models work. O1 Mini, O1, R1, 3.7, Opus, whichever. There's so many out there, and you find your flex. But most people have been using Sonnet. That's what the numbers say. So with that being said, all right, let's see what else we got going on here. So digital products and ideas that we can turn from this. See, this is the reason why you would like to launch meme coins, right? You launch meme coins because they are connected to a moment. Drake beef, Kendrick beef. There's a narrative. But then you create something that these tokens can actually be used for. Digital products. Beef chess. Oh, wow. Wow. Dissect the diss rap. AR app. Look at that. Hip hop legacy meme generator. Look at that. Behind the Beats animated series. Rap rivalry ebook interactive timeline. Look at that. See? So check this. Now, because we know that this is dated, Drake's potential 2025 show. Expected opulent visual surprise guest Nicki Minaj. Hold on here. Now, if this goes to 2024, I would assume this right here, this conversation right here is presumptive. Right? So let's see what we can do. Bam. Right? Then let's go to another model. Our good old trusty ChatGPT. Right? But what we want to do, we want to use. Hey, hold on here. Copy. All right. And I want you to optimize information due to the dated and wrong info as the last LLM only had data up to October 2024. And correct what's wrong, since you have access to current data and gossip. All right. So now I take all of that and bring it back to OpenAI. You see, the thing is, with OpenAI, I have been here since it started. So it has all of my early thoughts and everything. So pretty sticky. So now here, so you see, so this one is a reasoning model, where the other is a thinking model. I'm gonna go with R1. And now reasoning and thinking, it very well may be the same thing for some, but I kind of feel right now reasoning is the ability for it to kind of bounce back and forth, bounce back and forth, bounce back and forth. Thinking, I felt, is more, let me think, how can I add to this? And reasoning is more iterations. Oh, that was wrong. Let me go back over it. Let me go back over it. Let me go back over it. There we go. Right? Well, you see here. Okay. Ah. Alright, so I'll take the prompt. Oh, here we go. Let me just copy the prompt here and go back. Nice. And alright, so with this now, I just copied the last prompt from DeepSeek, brought it over to O3 reasoning. So I can give it that, and then let's see what it kicks back. And what I'm looking for are possible products that I could create based off of this, because there's so much attention on it. And you're like, all right, we have attention, we have people. What can we do to maximize? You know, that's really what it is for me. And that's beauty about what AI can do. It can help you think about things that you weren't thinking about. Like those first 5 suggestions, like the beef chess, AR, VR game. I mean, like, come on. And you can do that with Claude, right? Now, beauty about this as well. If you use, platforms like, where's OpenLLM? Or platforms like LM Studio, right? Where you can load in all the models up here. And you can have everything here. You can just interchange in between models. Right now I just have DeepSeek and Llama on this right now. But you have platforms that integrate that, or you'll have like an N8N that has everything in there for agentive workflows. Everything is here for you. What we got? All right. Understand the rivalry, potential digital product ideas, interactive ebook, concept, transform, ebook, educational value, okay. Beef chess, strategy game. I like this beef chess, meme generator, and social media toolkit. Build a web-based tool that allows users to create custom memes and short videos using iconic diss tracks. Yeah, I like that too. Animated series, augmented reality, experience. Look at that. Dissect the diss. Artist evolution. The feud has forced both artists to innovate. Kendrick by reinforcing his status as a socially conscious, battle-ready MC, and Drake by testing the boundaries of his commercial appeal. Future products may continue to push these boundaries, even perhaps leading to unexpected collaborations. So, okay. I like it. Everybody's positive. They think they're going to come back together. Alright, but this right here, these potential digital products, I like. Right? So, yeah, I like the digital products. Okay. Alright, so now, since it gave me, now, all of this is what vibe coding is, right? At least. What it ends up being is simply, I start off doing one thing and the vibe just takes me somewhere else. Because right now, look at this. Alright, so here's the breakdown. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. So, five tools that and five products that come from this. Look. So now, looking at this, all right, so let's pick, so we have, so they're fleshing it out. So, okay, interactive ebook and timeline. Now, ebooks are easy to go out, easy to do, simple to do, and if it's done right, but I think ebooks and stuff are done a lot. So we can just move past that. I like Beef Chess, strategy game, something that deals with mindset. Meme generator, I like that. So B and C. Animated series, there's a lot of that stuff out. Augmented reality experience, Dissect the Disc. What is that? An AR app that allows users to scan disc tracks, music videos, or even concert posters to unlock layers of hidden content. That's great. All right, so we like B, C, and E. All right. You know what I got today? A new friggin' keyboard. B, C, and E. Look, y'all. Don't worry. We're going to bring this all the way back. We're going to land this plane. We're going to land this plane. Because ultimately, right? Bam. Okay. So, what did this give me from ChatGPT, right? Below is a deep dive into the 3 product concept you like. Beef Chess, strategy game. Meme Generator, social media toolkit. Augmented reality experience, Dissect the Disc. Okay, boom. And this, again, is giving you all. See, there we go. Boom, boom, boom. Okay. All right. I want MVP code for each so we can actually these and want to put together the code package and build out framework and workflow for each and the prompt and detailed prompt. Listen, ladies, I'm sorry. All right, I'm gonna just say I'm sorry now. Like, somebody actually said this. It was like, look, do you like to? It seems like you like the friggin' this AI shit more than you like from fucking women, pussy. And I'm like, no, no, But I master this AI stuff and be obsessed with it. Guess what I get from doing that? Right? So the point is, folks, all you out there, especially the ladies and guys, like, this is supposed to get you excited. Like, you're supposed to be able to go into one thing and be like, oh shit, and then you end up, wow. But all of this is really to come from this extracting what can we do. And this is just something that goes on in the zeitgeist, right? So if you know how to look at everything, you can then apply that mindset toward other things and find other aspects that you can extract your own lane. Like, I don't have to compete with anyone. Like, all of this stuff, all of these people out there that was doing these breakdowns, they have access to all of this stuff too. But it's just not what they're listening to or looking at. Look, y'all, let's see what happens from this. Because now I take all of this and then go back to Claude. And oh shit, they even got educational response. Wait, hold on. Ah, so that's what explanatory is, the educational response. Copy. All right. So based off the information and the output, I decided to make 3 digital products that could possibly benefit off this historic beef. I want you to review and start to build out the MVP of them all, and I will leave you to make the most valuable and powerful decisions, and we want to monetize, but mostly want to build a following and create possible network effect. All right. Now, woo! You already see what that's at. Look, y'all, it's already, I'm an hour into this, and I still got stuff to do today. So with that being said, I'm gonna leave y'all here, and then I'll get back to it. Let's see where this goes. Anyhow, listen. My name is Major Dream Williams. I am an entrepreneur. I started from the South Bronx, and now I am a founder of a blockchain startup. Actually, I keep saying startup, but yeah, blockchain company. We've been around 5 years, But either which way, that being said, who would have thunk it? But actually, it takes a mindset shift, it takes a mindset change, and it takes freedom strategies, but mostly, it takes a major AI mindset shift.